Alright, here we go. My grass has gotten out of hand. I've been sick for the last 2.5 weeks. Haven't been able to get out here and do anything with it. Looking pretty shaggy. I mean, the whole thing is pretty shaggy. All the way across as high as you can see to where those other weeds begin over in the about the middle of the frame. Anyway, I'm gonna start trying to remedy that right this minute. Gotta get the old John Deere fired up and get it knocked out quick. Okay, this is after day 1 of mowing. You can see some of the stuff back that way is kind of stubborn. So I'm going to have to cut it again. Having to cut it on high first and then go back and hit it again on the lower setting to where it mows down flush with the rest of it. Sorry about the wind. I know it ain't going to help much, but only got this side of the front yard done. But as you see, I've got all of this side done. So now I gotta tackle that side. Don't know if my little hand shield here was blocking enough of the other stuff, or enough of the wind to keep it from ripping through the microphone on this flip cam. But got a pretty good chunk done yesterday, and had to do it, some of it at night, because I didn't get right out here and do it. I waited till later. But now I gotta get this little joker here going so I can get some help out here. My little Cub Cadet. For some reason this one doesn't want to stay running. It gets good and warm and then it dies on me. And I'm thinking that it's because of that little jewel right there. That's a fuel pump. But I'm going to try bypassing that and putting it on the straight to the carburetor and see if it works or not. This one's kind of an interesting little toy. I paid $200 for this from my brother-in-law, and already having problems out of it. It ran fine for him for probably about 3 years without any problems, but for some reason it just doesn't want to stay running for me. It's good and hot and then shuts off. Aside from that, it's a pretty good little tractor. Shaft driven, 13 horse, 38-inch deck. It still runs good when it runs. It's just keeping it running that's the main thing. Alright, I'm going to end this now, and I'll cut it back on when I get some grass cut here. Give you a little update on that. May not be all that interesting, but I'm trying. Thanks. Yeah, I got it going. Went all across there, all down that outer edge of the property. Got clear up to right there, and it died. That's not running all that long, maybe 5 to 7 minutes. So I'm gonna try jumping it off and see if I can get it going again now. This is that Cub Cadet. I took it apart, took the fuel pump off of it, took it completely apart, cleaned everything real good, put it back on, tried cleaning around it a little bit, but I think I'm gonna have to get some carburetor cleaner or degreaser or something to clean it the rest of the way off. But put it back on here. It tried to choke a few times and start up, but nothing. So I think we got a bad fuel pump. I've checked everything else, and you can spray carburetor or gasoline directly into the carburetor and it'll crank up and run. So I don't think it's the carburetor that's actually got the problem. I believe we're down to that fuel pump, because it's not actually pulling any fuel through that little filter there either. So Unfortunately, looks like I gotta buy a part for one of them right off, but for $200, can't really expect a whole lot. Anyway, on to the next project. Gotta get the big green John Deere going. I'm not really sure how well y'all can see this, but I've had to stop a couple times to do some on-the-fly repairs that I hadn't planned on having to do, so haven't got as much of the yard done as I wanted to. But here's my weapon of choice. And because I know you watch them every once in a while, Tony, I have got my gear shifter fixed now. See? And it don't bounce out anymore like it used to. So, anytime you're ready, you can bring yourself up and help me out. Because I still got all of that back there to do. There's about 4.5 acres back there at least to cut down that I haven't done. And the odd thing is, all that was really wrong with that, oh shoot, I left my part somewhere. I have a little part laying around here that I saved. It's just a little plastic piece that holds the shifter rod in place. Stopped to get me a cold drink. But yeah, I've mowed from about, well, from that line right there that you can see where the high weeds are over to right about there. I've gotten that all the way around, and I'm going to take y'all all the way around with me on the tractor. It's going to be loud. I'm sorry for that, but this machine runs like a hoss, and it's wide open the whole time. It's either wide open or you're creeping. Got the headlights, they do work, thank God, so I can cut out here at night. Got the big old 12-inch real wide tires on the back, so I ain't getting stuck anytime soon, thank goodness. And PTO and a gear shifter. Got a brake lock right there. And as soon as I can find the right key, got 50 million keys, I really need to separate these things out. There we go. Somebody said a long time ago, about the only thing a person with a lot of keys got is a lot of bills. That doesn't hold true in my case. I just own a lot of stuff. A lot of it was given to me. Yep. Oh, come on, you piece of junk. Should have left it alone. Problem is it won't start until it's in neutral. And I don't think I lined this up properly. Oh, I left the PTO up. There it goes.